I am Kevin Eltife, Chairman of the Board of Regents for the University of Texas System, and we appreciate all of you being here today for what is yet another exciting announcement about the future of medical education in Tyler and East Texas. Just 2 years ago, the University of Texas Board of Regents authorized $95 million from the Permanent University Fund for our Tyler campuses to support medical education facilities. Just 3 months after that, with gratitude to the people of this community for articulating their desire for a strong and healthy East Texas, the Regents announced their intention to create a medical school not only to address the growing healthcare needs of our region, but to educate and retain the next generation of physicians. During that same month, February of 2020, the East Texas Medical Center Foundation stepped forward with a record $80 million donation. Since then, thanks to the determination of UT Tyler and our many friends in the legislature in this community, everyone has acted quickly and successfully to move this grand plan forward. Here are just a few of the steps taken along the way. The merger of UT Tyler and UT Health Science Center has occurred, and we were excited to name Dr. Kirk Calhoun as our president for the entire enterprise. The licensing body that is granted authority by the U.S. Department of Education to create medical schools gave UT Tyler its first step in approval just 9 months ago. Earlier this summer, Governor Abbott signed Senate Bill 1, which allowed UT Tyler to allocate resources and to attain accreditation of an MD program. And just a few weeks ago, new tuition revenue bonds exceeding $100 million were awarded by the Texas legislature toward health profession buildings here and in Longview. And today, as you will hear, it even gets better. With all of the critical investments made over the past 2 years to build the critical infrastructure of buildings and operational support, today's announcement is about our most precious asset and probably the most meaningful to me, our students. It is with my honor and my privilege at this time to invite my good friend, Bob Garrett, President of the R.W. Foundation, Fair Foundation, to make an announcement.
Thank you, Kevin. What a great day to be here today. The weather hadn't cooperated, but it's okay. We've got good stuff going on today. In 1934, R.W. Fair and his wife, Mattie Fair, here in Tyler, founded the R.W. Fair Foundation with the goal of supporting community, educational, medical, and faith-based nonprofit organizations. For over 85 years, the Foundation Board has committed itself to the mission with the same vision as the founders and in line with the practice of all of the community leaders that have served as directors of our foundation over the many decades. Today, the R.W. Fair Foundation is pleased to announce our commitment to provide all 40 students of the inaugural class of the new medical school with a 4-year tuition-free scholarship totaling $4 million. We are here today to celebrate what represents the largest gift in the history of our organization. But more importantly, this gift provides us with the rare opportunity to combine all of the pillars of our mission into a single focus that will first help address some of the worst measurable health outcomes in our state, particularly in rural East Texas. Secondly, greatly enhance local and regional education and advanced training opportunities for our students. And third, to invest in what will be the strongest regional economic driver in a generation, as reported by the Perryman Report. This once-in-a-generation opportunity is a natural choice for us to stretch beyond our comfort level. And we felt compelled to help lead early our community and the East Texas region in giving beyond what the normal limits are. For most of us, there is no better way to create a lasting impact on our own personal lives and those lives of our friends and fellow citizens than to be a founding partner of this new medical school. The state legislature made it possible. The University of Texas Board of Regents has provided us with a strong start, but make no mistake, the funding of this institution is largely our responsibility, our being the beneficiaries of this new medical school here locally and in our region. And we must all step up to the plate and make it all that it's possible to be. We want to particularly recognize Dr. Kurt Calhoun and his team, Dr. Philly, and the leadership and vision that they've provided, Chairman Eltife and the UT Board of Regents for providing us with a wonderful institution, and to the ETMC Foundation for making the first lead gift, that all of whom make this moment possible for us, and we want to thank you for that. I'd like to also thank the many outstanding community leaders that have served our board of directors over the years, many of whom that are here today. And so if you would, please stand as I call your name. Randy Roberts is our vice president, and Randy's a retired attorney and civic leader here in town. Rachel Larson is our secretary, and Rachel is our accounting manager for Fair Oil Company. Cassie Hollinshead is our land manager at Fair Oil Company, and she's our assistant secretary. Mel Lovelady is our longest tenured member. Mel has been on our board for close to 40 years. Mark Watley, owner and CEO of Burns Commercial Real Estate Firm. Lee Gibson, president and CEO of Southside Bankshares, Inc. and Southside Bank. Ken Waits, president and CEO of Mewburn Oil Company. And Tom Mullins, retired CEO of Tyler Economic Development Council and Tyler Chamber of Commerce, and is now in the consulting business. I'd like to also recognize 3 of our former board members who served the foundation with distinction for a long period of time before their retirement from the board, and that would be Harold Beard, Herb Bowie, and Will Knight. And I know we have Herb here. Herb, would you stand also? So the board of the R.W. Fair Foundation strongly encourages all segments of our community and region to join with us in support of this wonderful new institution that will greatly enrich the lives of everyone in East Texas. Thank you.
Pretty incredible. On behalf of the entire University of Texas Board of Regents, I want to thank you, Bob, and all the members of the Fair Foundation Board for this incredible gift. To our knowledge, we have never had a medical school launched in the state of Texas that received legislative approval in the very first session requested, that received over $100 million in local philanthropy, and now has been granted this incredible gift from the R.W. Fair Foundation, where every student in the inaugural class will receive a 4-year scholarship to cover their full tuition. This is just an incredibly phenomenal day for our community, thanks to the Fair Foundation. I've always been in awe of those who have gone before us in this community to lay the groundwork for everything we enjoy today. I remember very well my days at Hogg Junior High. Whenever we were raising money for the Student Council or the Hogg Ham newspaper, one of my first stops was at James Fair's house on Glenhaven. I've never forgotten his kindness and generosity. Before he wrote the check, he would always invite me in for a visit and would make me feel like the most important person in the room. And to this day, I have never forgotten his words of encouragement. This gift is reflective of the Fair family's kindness and generosity to this community over the years. It is so meaningful to our community and will be life-changing for so many students. Philippians 2:4 tells us, each of you should look not only to your own interest, but also to the interest of others. The Fair family, the Fair Foundation board members, and our entire community lives out this scripture on a daily basis. May God bless all of us gathered here today. May he bless our future medical students, and may he continue to bestow a special blessing on the great city of Tyler. It is now my privilege to invite to the podium Dr. Julie Philly, who does an incredible job for us as Executive Vice President of Health Affairs at UT Tyler. Julie.
Thank you, Chairman Eltife. I have a long list of words after my name, but they mean simply this. I stand before you to represent a team of people that are committed and convicted individuals that will honor the intent of this gift and this legacy for East Texas. This medical school would not be possible, and you've heard it, but I must say it again, this would not be possible without the support of the University of Texas, the Board of Regents, and our chairman, Kevin Eltife. You've also heard that the impossible was made possible by the ETMC Foundation gift, our community leaders, our business leaders, our local physicians, our health systems with an S, and our junior colleges, community colleges, and universities throughout all of East Texas. Today is about an investment in students that will attend this medical school. And today, our ability to recruit the first class changes. The first 40 students will enter knowing that they will be debt-free for the cost of tuition and fees. And they will also enter into this medical school knowing that East Texas supports them 100%. And who are these students? Having good grades and making great test scores really matter. But there's so much more to that, and this medical school will focus on the important things. We want the individual that grew up in a small town in East Texas and wants to return to that town to take care of their communities and their families and their neighbors. We want the person that realizes that mental health is a problem for all of us and feel called and committed to take care of the down and out and the up and out. We want the person that says, I'm afraid of getting COVID, but you have to send me. And we want the people that are going to enter into this school knowing that they were born for it and they're born to serve. We will take these students and we will train them. They will learn how to be at the front line, and they will learn what it's like and when it is necessary to be at the back of the line. They will learn how to bring life into the world, and they will learn how to stand there when life exits the world. They'll stay in the room when the going gets tough, and they'll learn how to plant their feet. In the beginning, it will be so they don't pass out in the OR, but at the end, it will be because they know how to deliver a difficult diagnosis. And we will train them in our East Texas values. And when we're finished, we're going to release 40 doctors into this region. And because of today, they will be without the bondage of a high debt load, armed with the tools that they need to serve our communities and our citizens and our children and the children of those children. And then we will send another army of 40 the next year, and another army after that, and after that, and after that. The investment of the Fair Foundation is making today is going to change the lives of 40 students, but without a doubt, the magnitude of this gift will change the lives of countless East Texans for decades to come. We know that the work is not finished. We know we have much left to do, but I thank you on behalf of our entire university and our team for trusting us to assemble the right team to do it. I simply don't have the words to tell you how grateful we are for this gift today. And I'd like to now invite the R.W. Fair Foundation board members to please come and sign this letter.